Hello, everyone, and welcome to the absolutely epic, totally tremendous Lionsgate today. This is Lionsgate 88. If you're watching this anytime before even the 12th, we're still in the Lionsgate portal, but today we're going to talk about the supermoon in Aquarius, which is happening on Thursday. And if you are watching this now, the day that I'm filming it, or even in the days ahead, there's still this Lionsgate energy in the air. Lionsgate is all about opening to a higher level of energy, intuition, really feeling deeply the next steps forward. I woke up with words coming out of my mouth. I woke up and said a bunch of things out loud and I put them down on paper. I was like, I don't know what this means, but I'm trusting that it means something. This is the stuff of the Lionsgate portal. So if you're watching this on 8/8 today, or you're watching this anytime for the week, and really anytime at all that you want to tune into higher levels of energy, there are lots of really cool intuitives on YouTube. And one of the things that people recommend a lot when they're questioned about how do they develop their gifts, how do they develop their own intuition, is to kind of have a talk with the universe every day. And you can do this really simply. And it's something I just wanted to start with because I think a lot of times we think that you have to be sort of born gifted. And there are people born very, very gifted, intuitively, naturally, and are on a path to do that more professionally, where they are open to more energies and their work is to translate this in certain ways. That might not be your path, but you still have an absolute connection to all the information in the universe and all that is. And you can choose to tune in more, to receive more of that guidance, both from within you and your higher self and intelligence, and also within the universe. And so you might want to just sit quietly today or any day. Take some breaths. You don't have to meditate specifically. If you have a meditation practice that you like to do, go for it. But to take some time to just sink into a quiet and open state, and then either daydream about what you want, ask questions to the universe and see what feedback you get, ask yourself questions and see what feedback you get, and really connect to more of this expansive intelligence that is here for us. As we move into the Age of Aquarius, it's going to be more and more of that. Now, how does this affect feng shui? Your entire environment is an extension of your energy field. It's going to be a higher mandated priority in terms of life to think about we've had this evolution. I know when I was growing up, the thought of mental health being a conversation was not a conversation. It was only for extreme circumstances that anyone spoke about mental health. Now it's more of a conversation. Same thing with things like our physical well-being, thinking about our spiritual well-being. These were not conversations that people were having 30 years ago in a big way, in a large scale way. But now we do. And moving forward, your environment is going to be a lot more of that conversation, because your environment is extremely linked to your energy field. I've been having so many amazing calls with people coming into the School of Intention, the professional feng shui training, and it is starting soon. If you all want to become pros, whether for your own personal development or for your career growth, expanding your career, or literally just starting as a career, working with environment to help people to manifest their highest potential, you can find all the details below and you can book a call with me. I love it. It's so much fun to get connected and really get to know so many of you. And on these calls, what's been coming up a lot has been a sense from many people that not only are they really interested in knowing how to create an environment that supports them personally and professionally, but people are feeling more ready for careers. And this is going to play a lot into what we talk about for this supermoon. This supermoon is not just for now, it's like through the end of the year in an accelerated way. A lot of people are looking for careers where they can integrate all of their passions and interests, where they don't feel like they're leaving themselves behind or leaving things behind. They're not leaving certain aspects of life kind of on the back burner, where they can be engaged in many creative passions and also in a desire to help and be of service and change. And people are recognizing that environment is the thing that has been largely left out of the conversation. We talk about mind, body, spirit, but space plays an enormous part in your life every single day. If you feel really good and then you go walk into a space and you probably have done this in your day, any day, you walk into a store, you walk into a space and it's stuffy, or it feels chaotic, or you just get a weird vibe, it just shuts down your system and you have to walk out and you're like, oh, I don't like it in there. And you don't quite know why. And it kind of twists your day. It kind of twists you a little bit and you have to kind of like get out of that mode. And this is something that we can experience all day long when our environment is not in sync with us. And that power of environment can be used deliberately to make changes. And we're going to talk about doing this as we get into the Aquarius supermoon, because Aquarius is innovative. Aquarius is all about your power, your you power, your individuality. Aquarius is not leaving yourself behind. Aquarius is finding new ways to do things where you are more self-expressed and the greater good of all is kept in mind. When we talk about the age of Aquarius, it's an age of love, of cooperation, of synergy. It's an age of that we're stepping into now, an age of much more of a sense that we're not alone on an island. We're all working together. And if you think about it, you've probably never done anything in your life that's a huge, huge achievement without other people or other information or other synergy being involved. Just to accomplish things, we have feedback from the universe in all kinds of ways. This is a great time to expand into new ways of doing things. So, are you ready to step into a new paradigm? Are you ready to step into maybe a life of more ease, a life of more things falling into place, a life of more feeling of sovereignty where you are the driving force in your life, where you create your universe more along with others, where you have a lot more power? Are you ready to bring more of your gifts and talents to life? So are you ready to express yourself more? Are you ready to not leave yourself behind in your career if you have a career, a job that you're working at right now? Are you thinking about where you can make a difference, where you can bring more of yourself to every day, how you can feel more fulfilled? That's a big word, but it's so important. This sense of fulfillment has a lot to do with our mental health, spiritual health, our feeling of being well within, feeling fulfilled, feeling really empowered. And also, are you ready for the very, very new? Because that's what this supermoon is all about. So it's a supermoon, which means it's closer. That means it's brighter. That means the impact is stronger upon us. All full moons are about release on some level. It's the part of the cycle of the moon where you say, okay, I set intentions at the new moon. Now at the full moon, I need to release everything in this light that's shining, this full moon light. Release everything that's been in my path, that's been on my mind, that's been hampering things from moving forward or that might slow things down. I want to just let it all go so that I can step into a higher cycle. The moon cycles are so cool because it's this constant evolution of more and then more and then more each time, each moon cycle getting better and better and better. So as you think about the supermoon, think about what things you can release. I call this supermoon a breath of fresh air. It's Aquarian energy. It's all about air. It's all about lightness. It's an air sign, but also we're in Leo season. So there's a sense of very rich, bold, deep moves, like really bold forward action. If you've had crazy things like on your mind, things that have been like a crazy idea. Like, wow, what if I challenged myself to do this? Or wow, what if I took a leap and did something new? Now is the time to just go and do it. So this is really, really phenomenal on so many levels. And I wanted to just have a little note in here about making change, because a lot of us really embrace change. That's why you're here. That's why you're watching this, because on some level, you love growth, you love transformation, you love change. And I love change. Yet when change, even the most positive change, comes fast and furious, we can resist that. We can be like, whoa, 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 this is too much at once. I remember a friend who had someone tell her, who she had known for a long time, that he was in love with her and he wanted to marry her. And it was all the things that she had wanted. And she freaked out so much that she just like shut down and went away for a while because it was just too much at once. And then she sort of leaned into it. And it's a good thing she did, because it worked out really well. And I've seen this with a multitude of people, not just one. I can think of 3 examples of this that just instantly come to mind. We love change, but yet a lot of change we need to be prepared for. So one of the things that you can do during this supermoon, during this time, is to think about how you can fill yourself up energetically, fill yourself up with the energy that you need, so that when change comes fast and furious, because positive change is coming fast and furious, all sorts of abundance is coming fast and furious, this is the time to just go, I'm ready. Give it to me, all of it. I want it all. I will lean into all this change. And so to get ready, how can you take care of your energy more? Do you need to sleep more? Do you need to eat more? Do you need to drink more water? I definitely do, because it's like 100 degrees here. Do you need to spend more time quiet? Do you need to get off social media? What are the things that are going to just make you impervious to any sort of random, unwanted energies? And the more you stand in your power and say, I'm going to fill myself up, and think about that, and don't just think about it, do it. So if you're getting a message of, I really need to rest more, take naps every day, or take a meditation break in the middle of the day. If you're feeling like I need to move more, go for a walk every day, do little things. It doesn't have to be that you do big, massive things every day. This is about leaning into a world of positive, growing change, just like the moon cycles, that keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So how can you fill yourself up? This is so important. Someone just said, I love growth and transformation on my terms, but life isn't always like that. And that is true. But when you are filled up with energy, when you are in your power, you can handle all the different ways that change and transformation comes to you, and you can really make the most of all of that energy. So now let's dive in to the clearing of the air. I just got in the mail this. If you're in Australia, you want to try, well, they're actually being shipped now all around the world. You want to try this aromatherapy from one of the students in the School of Intention. She has a very big aromatherapy business, and it's called Secret Scent Aromatherapy. Secret Scent Aromatherapy. Google it, Secret Scent Aromatherapy. Oh my gosh. I've never been really into essential oils as like a massive modality of change. I've always thought it freshens the air. It's a natural alternative to fragrance. I've used them in different ways specifically, but there is nothing like what I have experienced using these oils in the last few days. There is a depth of energy that I have never experienced. And that is one of the things that I really gravitate toward. What is going to refresh? Have you ever met someone that has a unique perspective on things, and you talk to them and you go, wow, that person is a breath of fresh air? Or you meet someone who's so happy and you go, wow, they're a breath of fresh air. This is that energy. So I love these oils, and aromatherapy can be a great way to get into this breath of fresh air energy, this breath of new. So if you have a diffuser, you might want to diffuse some essential oils. If you have maybe an essential oil you can rub on your wrists. What I like to do is put essential oil in the corners of my shower. And that just creates like a whole steam bath of aromatherapy to start the day. And again, I've been doing that for the last few days with these oils, and it's been just whoa. And any oils you love, there's no one specific thing that you need to use. Now, if you don't have essential oils or you don't like essential oils, clear the air by just opening windows. I've talked about this recently. I've been creating a wind tunnel in my room. At night in my bedroom, I have two windows on opposite walls, opening up the windows when it's cool at night. And it creates sort of this like wind funnel that's been just refreshing my entire space. And this makes such a big difference. So, how can you do that in your home? Maybe you open a bunch of windows to get a breeze of fresh air. You can also vacuum and dust this week and really get into it. Like, really think about, I am clearing the air, because vacuuming and dusting do actually clear the air that you are breathing. You want that breath of fresh air, that real freshness. You can also bring more plants into your house, because plants, while I don't think that they are the air purifiers that they are chalked up to be, unless you have a massive amount of plants, plants do really refresh the life force in the air in a big way that is unmatched, to have that much natural energy thriving in your home. Another thing you could think about doing for the supermoon in terms of clearing the air, and this is in your life, ask yourself, are there relationships, are there people, are there ways that I have not expressed myself, where things, the air needs to be cleared? Even if I don't want these people in my life, even if I don't want things to continue, maybe I need to write a letter or an email, or I need to have a conversation and clear the air and just restore a sense of flow where there was tension, letting go of tension, letting go of stress. This is going to also accelerate all of your manifesting power. Another thing that you could think of in terms of clearing the air is being that breath of fresh air, feeling more joyful every day by eliminating the things that hold you back. I've had a love-hate relationship with certain platforms on social media for a long time. And whenever I feel the need to just have a breath of fresh air, either I stop going on social media altogether, or I strictly curate what I'm going to look at. Pick your poison, whatever it is that you want to do, where you are really being deliberate about the messages you are allowing into your life. You're not just going to take on any sort of information that's flowing in, because what can be informative or interesting in the moment can build up to be heavy and hold you back. So, any of these habits, maybe you have a habit of procrastinating, maybe you have a habit of hitting the snooze button 20 times. Find a way to innovate and move forward. One of the things that one of the students in the school does is the Mel Robbins 5 4 3 2 1, where you count, you basically decide that you're going to do something, and then you count 5 4 3 2 1, and then you do it and you don't think twice about it. You just leap into action. That is the spirit of this time. It's like, okay, I have to do something. I'm going to put this off forever. 5 4 3 2 1, let's go. I'm but doing this right now. And if you've never tried that before, try it for something that maybe you're feeling lazy at the moment. Maybe you've been waiting for something to happen, and you go, no, 5 4 3 2 1, let's do it. I'm out the door. I'm going. I'm doing it. And that can help a lot to get you into action, breaking those old cycles and old patterns. This is all about you being a breath of fresh air, feeling the breath of fresh air, and all the innovation that comes along with it. So, where can you innovate? How can you innovate? How can you do things you do every day a little bit better? I've talked about this a lot in various Aquarian messages, but this is something that comes up a lot, because ultimately, if you're committed to growth, then you're committed to doing everything a little bit better all the time, not just working on yourself or working on your mindset or something like this. It could be how to make your coffee a little bit better, how to make your smoothie a little bit better. I discovered for myself that my smoothies are better when I add 1 or 2 extra bananas. That was my innovation this week so far. I'm going to think of many more things, ways to innovate. Some things work really well. Some things don't work really well. It's Innovation is all about experimentation. And this is a time to experiment and find new ways to do things that are better. If you're worried you're going to make the wrong choice in experimenting, that means you're not going to make the right choice either. And things are just going to stay the same. So trust yourself. I've talked a lot about this lately, this sense of following how you feel. This entire feng shui method is based on living outside of your head and into your genius. Your creative genius is not here. Your creative genius is everywhere around you in your energy field, through your whole body, through your whole environment. Move in that, move in that, move in that. And this experimentation won't happen if you are trying to just do everything from here. You'll go, oh, but that could be bad. I could ruin my breakfast. I could do this. Give it a shot. If you have to eat a less than perfect breakfast one day, oh well. But you know what? You tried something and now you know, and each iteration is going to get better and better and better. This is how everything that we sort of take for granted. It's like sometimes I think that our phones were just like hatched somewhere. Like you don't think about all the trials and all the innovation that went into this. When I was growing up, cell phones were like giant bricks that people would carry around, or they would be built into their limousines. It was like so bizarre. It was like these giant bricks. And I was like, God, that couldn't be good for you to carry around this heavy, crazy thing. And now we have computers that we just carry around with us. Now we have all our information in a cloud, which is like some nebulous place somewhere. But you know it's there and you trust it's there. All that innovation happened because people did things wrong as well as did things right. And they didn't get stuck here. They had to stay in motion. Put innovation in motion this week and feel how that lights you up. Nothing just springs from the ethers and is perfect. The same goes for your life path and your ways forward. There's not going to be just one thing that comes to you and you're like, that's my big mission in life. There it is. Everything's going to unfold as you keep moving toward what it is that you want, as you keep taking those steps forward. And again, not leaving yourself behind, but committing. And this is big energy for the supermoon. Commitment, saying yes and determining to go the full course. A lot of times we start doing something and it's like, oh, wait, this is complicated. I'm going to move away. Now, you can make a decision that you don't want to do something, and that's totally valid. But when you want to innovate, when you want to move forward, when you want to do things, there are times when it's not going to be all rainbows and unicorns. You are going to have to stay the course. You might need to make a lot of phone calls. You might need to try a lot of things. You might need to go on a lot of interviews. And you might be telling yourself along the way, a lot of different things that like, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I should just stay at my job. And if you start doing that, looking backwards, you're not moving forward. Commit and stay the course and trust that even if you have to have a little bit more of a sense of the long game perspective, have a little bit more of a sense of I am sticking this out. I am sticking this out because I know it's the right thing for me to do. Being in that place, not looking backwards, makes a huge difference. If you find yourself looking backwards or in backwards habits that are old stories that you used to tell yourself, my friend Geneva taught me to say, cancel, cancel. Whenever I find myself saying or doing things that are like the old version of me, the me that used to kind of hide out, not want to rock the boat. I wanted everything perfect. I was stuck in my head. And when I heard myself saying this, like, I have to get it right, I have to do this, cancel, 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 cancel. It stops you from going down in that spiral. So you can try that for yourself. As you're moving forward, you make these commitments, you want to do the thing, cancel, cancel. And if you're looking backwards, cancel, cancel. I am not going backwards. I am going to stay the course. So innovate, take those leaps forward, trust what is right for you. And one big note for this moon and for just all the time ahead, focus more on what is right. I'm going to do more videos on the channel about this. I'm making tons of videos right now, guys. So if you haven't subscribed yet and you're into changing your home and changing your life and all of this optimization and creativity, please subscribe, like all the things. It really helps YouTube get the message out. And I so appreciate every single one of you. One of the things right now is to focus on what is right rather than focus on what is wrong. You've probably heard me say this before if you've heard other videos, but it is so tempting to focus on everything wrong, to say, oh, there's this happening, there's this happening. Oh, this isn't perfect. Oh, I hate the color of this. Oh, all these things wrong, 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 wrong. And when you're focused on what's wrong, we're taught, many of us are taught, that if you're focused on what's wrong, that'll keep you motivated so that you make changes. But if you're focused on what's wrong, it's going to multiply all the things wrong so that even when you're making changes, you don't see the effects of them. It's like so drags you down, so difficult to move forward. Instead, focus on what is right about your home. Focus on what is right about your life. Focus on what's right about this time right now. Focus on the gifts in all things. You might not see all of them yet. Sometimes you see them looking backwards when things are over, but focus on what is good every day as much as you possibly can. When you can really do this and cancel those other thoughts, when you can really do this, stay fixed and focused on what is right, you can really expand things in big, powerful ways. This is motivating. Focusing on what's right is motivating. Focusing on what's wrong is such a drain, and it will leave you in a perpetual cycle of dissatisfaction. So on that note, for this full supermoon, clear the air, dust, vacuum, polish, highlight all the good things in your home, and get yourself in a place of the new. What is that new that you want? What is that next level that you're reaching for? What is that maybe decision, that big decision or small decision that feels big, that's going to move you in a new direction? Take those steps, make the commitment, stay the course, and you can always adjust as you go. You can always make new decisions, but there's something powerful that happens when you feel something and you go all in. That energy is very unstoppable, and it's not a mental feeling. It's a full energy feeling. Chances are you want to learn from people who really are all into their passions. Chances are you want to work with people who are all into what they're doing. You wouldn't want to go to a doctor who was like, I kind of like medicine, but I really think I want to start exploring doing something else. You'd be like, bye, I'm going to find a doctor who likes medicine. I really need help right now. I don't need someone who's kind of questioning their life choices right now. This is powerful energy, and you know it because it's how you make decisions. And the more you embody that for you, especially if you feel like you're in a time of big change, it's going to help you to move forward. Someone said in the comments, it's North Node time. Yes, it is. This sense of mission and purpose, and really living with more of that mission and purpose and more of your gifts, your skills, your talents expressed in every day. It doesn't have to all be professional, but meaning you don't have to have every single passion you have be a part of your job, but it has to be that your life feels and looks like you. And that is such a fun place to be. And it really is the most magnetic way I've found to live. And it will be reflected in your environment. It'll be reflected in the people around you, the abundance that comes to you, the opportunities that come in, the way that you feel, all of it. So on that note, I'm wishing you the best. Again, if you're watching this before the 12th of this week, the 12th of August, happy Lionsgate portal. Stay open to all those downloads from the universe. Ask the questions you want intuitive answers to, and get ready for Thursday's supermoon. It's going to be epic. And this super, super energy is going to be with us, accelerating our paths forward. Just choose to lean in, and amazing things will happen. I am wishing you the best time ahead. And again, if you want to become a feng shui professional trained in this work, whether for your own personal growth or for your professional growth, or for both, or to expand your career in new directions, below you can find all the details, and you can book a call with me if you'd like, because it is such a joy to talk to all of you. So thank you all so much for being here. Happy Lionsgate, happy supermoon, and I will see you soon. Mwah. Bye, everyone.